Hey, how you guys doing, man? This is Cherry Beer 392, man. I am Joe D, your host, and we are back and better than ever. I hope until we blow it, and then
There's always next week.
there is always another week. I hope, unless Google squashes us. You know what I'm saying? But it vanishes us from the face of the internet, which would be horrible. But yeah, we are back. We actually got Mark squared, but we've got Bum and Mark here in the room. How you guys doing, man?
Good, doing well.
Yeah, we were talking in the pre-show there, and what happens in the pre-show stays in the pre-show. We'll bring this little tidbit out to you though. There's this little thing on Instagram that I took a picture of, and I'm going to share this with you guys because it's kind of, you know what, this little, if you guys ever follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that or you might, what would it be more of? Well, yeah, sometimes I would post pictures from Instagram from this place, but there's this unique little town in Arizona that I stop at twice a night, more than likely. And where's my profile? And yeah, here it is. And there is always one of these buses there.
Huh.
I call them hippie buses. It's just a nickname that I've personally given them. But this is an iPhone shot, and tell you the truth, guys, if you want to shoot decently with your phone, I use the Camera Plus app. If you know how to take a picture and you know all your settings and everything like that, it's great. It's a great app. And I spent the $5 on it or whatever it was years ago, and so but it's a great app. They keep improving it. But there's always one of these buses there, and I don't know what it is about this town, but it just seems to attract this stuff. There's always these really interesting people in that McDonald's right there.
Huh.
And one of these days, I'm gonna start photographing. There's this one dude that's known for just being naked. I have not run into him, thank God.
Huh.
Yeah, this Quartzsite, Arizona. I always want to call it New Mexico, but Quartzsite, Arizona is just one of these. I don't know. It's just a real small little, I call it kind of a trucking town, but because it's really all there is there is just a couple of truck stops. There's a McDonald's. There's not really much there, but it's darn sure known for its gems and stuff like that. There's mining nearby, and it's kind of a poor town. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of money there, so some of the people are real, they're reflective of that. But it's cool in the aspect that it has this sort of flavor to it, and I don't know what attracts this to there. I need to ask some more, but there is. I mean, just last week there was two different buses there, and I should have took pictures of those. But last night when I seen this Jim Morrison, I was like, oh my God, I know some serious Doors fans, serious, and so. I mean, serious, like Star Trek and Star Wars level serious. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, oh my God, I got to do this one.
That's a nice mural on the back of that bus. I mean, that's professional.
I mean, they did a good job. I thought, yeah, it's very artistic yet, very reflective. And when I looked up Jim Morrison, I was in that next parking spot. I just kind of skipped my truck right there, but I was sitting right next to the bus, and so I was looking up Jim Morrison real quick, and one of the first pictures that popped up was a very similar picture. They must have used that one to paint this one on the bus.
Yeah. Huh.
But, it's probably that famous one of him, like the one they always use everywhere where he's shirtless.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah. That kind of looks like the head of that photo.
Yeah, it's
be right back, guys.
But pretty cool, man. And like I say, there's always one of those buses there. So I'm gonna, whenever I do get a chance.
Quartzsite, Arizona, huh?
Yeah, and it's a border town,
like a bohemian, like Maybe it's it's just kind of hippie,
Yeah.
crunchy, very crunchy town.
Yeah. There is in it. I don't know enough about that part of Arizona yet. Even, and it's weird because I do stop there twice a night and I talk to a lot of people because I'm pretty unfriendly. And
Yeah.
so as you can
Yeah, you don't talk
imagine,
to anybody.
in that McDonald's, those girls that work in there at night, like if you go in there at night, more than likely they know me. You could almost mention my name, and as common as my name is, and they'd be like, "Yeah, I know that guy." I go in there and harass those poor girls, man. You know what I'm saying? And my latest thing is the McRib. I go in there and I'm like, "Yes, I would like a McRib, please." And they're like, "Joe." As a matter of fact, sometimes even when they see me open the door, or if I go on the other side, it's a sliding. The minute I hit the door, they will yell, "There's no damn McRib, Joe!"
You just do it.
And I'm like, "There's signs out there. Read it." Yeah, I like to give them a hard time. She'll tell they always have to ask you, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "A hug, of course, because I'm very lonely." We don't give hugs, and I'm like, "Oh, see, and McRibs either," and that's the problem with this place. So yeah, we have fun. I like to give them a hard time. So. I like to tease them. So what are we drinking, man? What do you have today, bub?
Well, this is my last. Tomorrow's my last day of vacation, so my last night I can stay up late, and I'm going out in grand style. I posted this to my Google Plus page a couple hours before the show. I'm drinking some Sammy Klaus.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the annual Christmas beer from, now it's from Austria. It used to be from Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a special bomber of Sammy Klaus here from 2014.
That's probably an awesome beer.
Yeah, I've been holding on to this for 2 years and saved it for a special occasion, which is tonight.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, and it's been in my fridge for 2 years, and I'm drinking this out of my mid-1990s 4-ounce Sammy Klaus sipping mug that I.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I posted the photos on the Google Plus page, because I knew it wouldn't show up here too well.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Little teeny tiny. So you get that's like 7 of those, basically. 6 or 7 of those.
Yeah. And it's hard to describe Sammy Klaus. I mentioned this in my description on my posting tonight. To me, it's always been a barley wine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you read the label, it actually says malt liquor on the label, which is hilarious, because I would love to see Jay Vega or any other of those guys on YouTube chug one of those 22-ounce bottles.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No, they know better than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the ABV on that? Is it around 9 or 10%, something like that?
14. It's always 14.
Okay. I got one about 3 years ago. I just got like a 12-ounce bottle, and it was excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. Actually, they put it in a rip-off bottle. It's 11.2 ounces.
Here, I want to share the screen here real quick.
Yep.
And show you a real good picture that he posted here of his.
Yeah. So this is from the Swiss brewery, Summer Claus. Okay.
Yeah. It's from the old Hurleyman Brewery, which is no longer in business.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice picture.
Yes, the brewery in Austria, the Eggenberg Brewery. I don't know if they bought the recipe or how they acquired it, but they've been brewing it. There was a couple-year gap where they didn't make it, around 98, 99, and Eggenberg has been brewing it since 2000.
Okay, all right. Yeah, they probably just bought the assets of that brewery and moved it or something.
But it's like a sweet barley wine.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
To you, right? Yes.
It's listed as Doppelbock.
Yeah.
Everywhere you
look. Yeah.
And this tastes nothing like a Doppelbock to me.
Yeah.
So it shows here on Google what $5.99. Do you remember? Oh, that's for the 11.2 ounce.
That's for the 11.2 ounce bottle. This bomber 2 years ago cost me almost $21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that wasn't even in Pennsylvania. That was in Virginia.
Okay.
So I could imagine what they would charge here for it.
Probably $30 or so. Like that.
Yeah, look at that. The Bros give it a 100 on Untapped here. I mean, on Beer Advocate. And then you've got 1,000 reviews, gets to 89. That's very solid.
Yep. Look at your post here. I haven't looked at.
Very solid. Yeah, that's really. How come I'm not seeing one for Untapped?
Wow.
It's there. I don't know if you may have to go directly to Untapped, Joe, to get it to come up.
Looks like here we go. 27,000 and 50. Well, damn near 1,600 in the last 30 days. Here you've got a 3.72.
Okay, pretty solid.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid. I like. You know what? I really do. Well, I mean, come on. I'm beating a dead horse here, but I really like Untapped. What I do like about it is because you do get so many ratings, and so when you see that 372, to me that feels more true because there's so many. Like it kind of, you realize that some of those could be fake or whatever, but at the same time, a lot of those are real, and because you're seeing posted pictures and everything like that, so it just, to me, verifies. I like how they got all the variants on here as well.
But what you're seeing there gets back to what we were talking about with Ruben last week on Untapped. You can do a search on Untapped for Sammy Klaus, and you'll get the different vintages in there too. If you just search for Sammy Klaus,
yeah,
you'll get the 2016 vintage, the 2015, and to me, those are legitimate ones because it says so on the bottle itself.
Yeah, they do it once. They brew it on one time a year, and it's a little different recipe every time, isn't it? I think so.
I think it's the same every year. Anchor claims that their Christmas beer is different every year. They claim it is, but it tastes the same to me every year. Yeah. But I think Sammy Klaus, I think it's the same every year. They claim that it is.
Okay. A Doppelbock. So a Doppelbock is that a lager? Yeah. Maybe that's it. Barley wine is an ale. So maybe that's why they maybe they use lager yeast or whatever and then cold age it basically. Yeah.
Maybe so. But one thing I will tell you, it's certainly not a malt liquor as the bottle says. Maybe it's the Swiss or Austrian version of a malt liquor.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody do Edward 40 hands with two semi-class bombers.
Yeah. If it came in a can, shotgun that. Yeah.
Drink that in 8 seconds or less.
Yeah, have at it. Yeah, that's.
I look forward to this every time at Christmas time.
Does it have a big alcohol taste? Is that 14% up front? Is it real?
Years ago when this was all there was in this category, years ago I would have said, yeah. Oh man, boy, you can really taste the booze in it. But now with all the bourbon barrel aged stuff out there and the rum barrel aged, to me this is actually pretty mild tasting.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that one. That one's that one's a real treat. And the one, and of course in the smaller bottle, I want to say, I don't know if I've not had it, then I've seen it a lot and I just haven't picked it up. But I should look through my videos because I almost feel like I've had that.
Yeah. And if not, you can probably find it for sure at Total Wine this time of year. It's probably there.
Yeah. I recommend it, Joe. I recommend that you give it a try. I don't ever remember seeing it in your reviews.
Okay. I know or maybe I do have that bottle's insanely familiar. I might even have a bottle here and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know it. Like right offhand. You know why? Because the spelling on the bottle is so confusing to me. So
Right.
but as soon as I seen that bottle, I was like, oh, ho, ho. Now pictures I can remember. Pictures I do remember, of course. And so when I see a picture, you know, I only read the articles. But yeah, when I see a picture, yeah, I only read it for the articles.
Yeah, only go for the articles.
But when I see a picture, you know, that resonates with me. So yeah, cool. Hey, we've got Stouts to Sours in the chat, Tom in the chat. Yeah, good seeing you guys, man.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom's having a Clown Shoes pecan pie porter. Huh. And let's see, Zach, if I believe, right? Stouts to Sour. He's drinking a Wicked Weed Dark Aged.
Ooh, that's probably pretty good.
I'm gonna look that one up.
Good beer, yeah. You did a good job.
I'm gonna look that one up. I'm gonna look both of them up, but I'm gonna look that one up first. First, I'm gonna let that one go first. Let's see. Here's Beer Advocate. Yeah, 56 reviews.
Wow.
And gets a 95. Very solid, 12% out of North Carolina. Let's see, drinking local. That's good. Yeah. You know what? I feel like, there was a we were talking last week, right? Was it on this share beer or was it on Friday share beer? Was what's his name on? No, it was Friday share beer, yeah. Who jumped in there that hasn't been in here in a long time? Oh my God, who was it?
Odeed. Well, no.
You know what? Odeed was there. Odeed and Smell Pickle. That's right.
In the chat, yeah.
Yeah, they were in the chat. That shocked me. I was like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was on the line though. He would have like some really good beer like this, and then have like a Miller Lite with it as well. Like
yeah.
He
plays both ends against the middle. Ends up with a.
In any case, I for some reason I'm blanking on his name, but in any case, he brought up the point, or at least started the conversation about he thinks craft beer is peaking. In other words, I think was his point, and he thinks that like there's not necessarily going to be too much more growth overall. He thinks that it's kind of climaxing or peaking, if you will. And
that was Heath. That was Heath.
Yes, Heath. Yeah. That was Heath. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was on the weekend when I saw that you had it on Saturday or something like that. You did like that.
Yeah, it had to have been Friday because I didn't do anything this weekend. I was way too busy, but I'm trying to. Oh man, see some of these news sites, they actually had a really good article about it, but apparently I can't see it anymore. Darn it. Yeah, they want you to subscribe to it to see it, but they were kind of saying a similar thing, but they had all the numbers and everything. It's from the Financial Times, and so they want you to subscribe to see it, which is very unfortunate because it was a great piece on pretty much exactly the same thing on what he was saying, with the exception that they were using the numbers to kind of back up kind of both sides. It seemed like they were playing devil's advocate a little bit. Like they thought there was they thought they had a good point too. It wasn't just a generic. They think craft beer is peaking and that's it. They didn't stop there. They think it may be at its high because it may drop down because of hops. Like hops production has gone down a little bit. And so they had the numbers to back up. I think they had shown in the last quarter there was a either a 0.4% drop or 0.04% drop. I think it was 0.4. There was a 0.4% drop last quarter in craft beer overall volume sales, which is a big thing, because as far as like overall volume. And so what they were actually saying, and I wish I could see that. I hate when they, we could sit here and be talking about Financial Times, blah, 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 but we're not going to, because, and I'm not going to show you you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have done all that, and that would have really brought some more attention to their site. Not like they probably need, just those couple more hits, but still. And, but in any case, that frustrates me. That to me is the reason. Like, you're not being part of the whole sharing internet thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been really showing your piece here and giving you a lot of, really good attention. But in any case, they had the point to where the big macro breweries, the sales of hops to the big macro breweries have gone down, and the sales of hops to craft breweries, more aroma centric hops, were being sold more in volume, and more farmers are planting those different variants of hops because craft beer is booming so much, with 5,000 breweries in this country now, over 5,000 breweries in this country now. The amount of hops being sold is insane, and there's I think they had the numbers to back it up too. There was a 40% growth in hop sales or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've always kind of thought that to myself. It's like, man, all these breweries opening up, sooner or later they're going to run into a capacity problem. There's not going to be enough specialty hops to meet everybody's demand.
Yeah, and that was kind of more the point in the article, was that was kind of I think what they were getting at. I wish I could be looking at it again. But I think that's what they were getting at, was that point that, it's only really necessarily hitting a peak because they can't get the main product they used to make the beer like they want. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the only thing slowing it down is the hop. And I think we've talked about that with Zach before from Chain Reaction Brewing, but I'm pretty sure that he's mentioned that too. And they said that there's less bittering hop, right? So less hop, there's less, farmers are planting less of those, and more of the ones like our friend Barrick loves, the Citra. They mentioned that specific hop in the piece, specifically with the Citra. There's more of those aromatic, citrusy type of hops being grown now, and so that's why you're starting to see more and more beers that aren't so like lip puckering bitter anymore. And you're starting to see more. Okay, we did that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got their shock from the super bitter beer. Now let's start getting creative here. Let's start and they did have a growth for they had a number or a percentage for the amount of different hops that are coming out every year, and that's what was. God, it was such a good article from a non-beer source that I kind of really trusted.
And I do hate when they do that. They put it out there free for a few days, and then after that, then you got to subscribe to get the old. Then they kind of archive it, and then you got to be a subscriber to get to the old stuff. Yeah.
Damn them. Yeah, I could, sometimes to get around it, I do Google stuff, and sometimes someone else will have posted the same piece somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I get around it sometimes. Let me see. Yeah, see, as a matter of fact, let's see here.
I shouldn't reveal this little secret, but even in my primitive setup, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette has a paywall now.
Oh, really? Wow.
However, the notice comes up about 3 seconds after the article appears in full, and as soon as that article appears in full, I hit Control A to highlight the whole thing and capture it.
Yep.
before the notice comes up, and then I just paste it somewhere and read it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Post Gazette, I've blown your cover.
You know what? If I was looking on my phone, and so on my phone, of course, I use Safari mostly. And Safari has a pretty cool little feature where you can, if you're on a site that you want to save, you can put it to the, what is it? The
clipboard.
Not the clipboard. They actually have a read it later thing or something.
Oh, wow.
I forget what it's called, but I'll actually show you. It's, or maybe I can't. I'll show you my whole desktop. That's what I'll do. But over here, you can see there's this. I have this little section open here on my browser, and then of course you have your history, right, or your favorites, and then this middle one is the eyeglass thing. Now, when you're searching on here, I guess this is the tech mobile part of our show here. But if you're in Safari on your iPhone, and you can click, let's say you are on one of these articles, you can click in and it'll save it in this eyeglass thing, whatever this is called. Darn it, what is it called? How come I can't remember what it's called? But in any case, this will save it for you for later so you can read it. And like I have this article here, so and then it'll bring it up perfectly. Normally, this is what would happen. So it kind of acts like an RSS reader type thing, or like what's that? There's a famous website that does just this, and I can't remember what it's called right now, but I'm forgetting everything. But that is this nice little feature in there. I suppose I could go in my iPhone right now and look. Let me see. Let me see really quick. It's called, let's see. Okay, reading list. That's what it is. You can add it to your reading list. So if you're in your iPhone, you've seen already, I showed you what it looks like on your desktop browser. If you're in your iPhone, this is actually something that was in Amazon that they're not carrying right now, but you have your little share button right at the bottom. So you click that, and then you get all these different little features here, right?
Oh, okay.
One of them is add to reading list, and it has little glasses.
Okay. Yep.
If you click that, it'll be in everything you own that's Safari. So,
cool.
And that's what you see me trying to pull up now, and I was on my phone. Otherwise, I would have did the same thing Bum did if I was on my desktop, but I wasn't. I was in one of those situations where I had a few extra minutes in the truck on my route at night, and so I was looking at that article, and I was like, "Oh man, what a good piece! Okay, save it to my reading list, and I'll have it for the show." Well, like Mark said, it expired, and here we are now. But that's generally what I do now. Is I use that nice little feature, and it's great because it saves it. Usually, if it doesn't expire. So, Mark, what are you drinking, my friend? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just finished up my warm-up beer, which I think I did a couple weeks ago. The Snow and Tell.
Yeah, you did.
Boulevard. That was the last of the 6-pack, but that's a minor player compared to what I got here. And I want you guys to tell me which one to drink. I've got two good beers. One I know is very, very good, and the other one I expect to be very good. One is a barrel-aged Imperial Stout brewed in Colorado. The other one is a bacon smoke-flavored porter brewed in Atlanta. So here they are. They've got 250 barrel-aged Imperial Stout.
I thought these were going to be from two breweries I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oscar Blues does 1050, which is their Imperial. This is their Imperial Stout, but it's barrel-aged, and it's in a big can. And then the other one is Sweetwater Brewing, part of their Dank Tank, which is pulled porter. So it's bacon flavor, and you got the guy riding the pig. So
I want to see the Sweetwater. What do you think?
Yeah, I want to see that too, just based on the psychotic artwork that appears on the can.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So it says bacon smoke flavored porter, malt beverage with natural flavor added. It's a 16-ounce can. It is, I think, 7.5%. Yeah, I think so. Pulled porter. On the farm way too long, old McDanko began showing some worrisome tendencies.
You know,
this is good. They always do a good story. Following a solid session in the hot box smoking malt, he was overcome by a methane cloud emitted from the herd. You heard? Reaching for the hops, he goofed and grabbed Porky by the E-I-E-O-O. That is the tempo.
Nice.
Knock, knock, who's there? It's McDanko's inbred neighbor, Gert Reynolds. Swinging by delivering his deliverance with some fat back here and some fat back there. Stepping out past some foxy brothers, picking a banjo on the porch to sample his wares. McDanko doubled over the chopping block and squealed like a pig, wee wee, proclaiming this to be the most bodacious brew this side of Chattanooga. Slap a thigh and ride the wave. So,
boy, that is a whole story on there.
Oh yeah,
Mark, show that artwork again. I'll tell you what. If you look at the look on the pig,
yep.
If you kind of eliminate that guy's legs from the side of the pig, and just show, like, pretend he's behind the pig, and look at that pig's eyes, that gives a whole different.
Yep. I think that was intended. Yeah, they added the legs just so the beer commission would allow them to put it on the can. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look at the look of pain on that pig's face.
Yeah, it was very good. So this was, I got this a 4-pack of this for $11 at Total Wine, and I do have a snifter. I mean, that's appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get lots of bacon goodness on this.
Or smokiness or something,
Yeah.
right?
There we go. That's nice dark color. And oh yeah, I'm getting some good bacon, but also pretty good malt. So it's not like all bacon smoke. There's a good amount of just malt in there too. So it's a good mix. As it warms up, it'll probably change a little bit. This is mostly cold. It's probably about 50 degrees.
Mark, as you sip this, I'll provide the musical accompaniment. Do 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 do.
I hear banjos. Paddle faster.
Do 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 do.
Oh, that's really good. It has a good, and it's not an artificial smoke flavor. It tastes literally like they got some good applewood smoked bacon and put it in this beer. It's very good.
Now they've got 2-row. They've got smoked 2-row, Munich wheat, and then the 70-80, and they got roasted wheat, midnight wheat, and chocolate.
Okay.
And that's all their malts. So there's a lot of malt in there.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on there. And then I'm sure they added some bacon. I think it's probably bacon smoke flavor.
Yeah.
I can't imagine actually adding bacon to the fermenter.
But yeah, they got Centennial, Golding, Wilmette, and Cascade for hops. So
yeah,
27 IBUs.
Yeah, no, it's not sweet. There's a slight sweetness, but it's not sweet. If that makes sense, it's like kind of a sweet smoke flavor.
Adam says he wants a case. He
Oh, it's good. This would be a very good breakfast beer. You could fry, bacon and eggs in the morning, something like that.
Oh, this is something you do when you go down there. He said he went to Georgia last summer and went to a Jeep mud bog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's classic.
Monster tractor pulls, and there we go.
And he drank 420.
420. Yep, that's the classic Sweetwater beer. That's good stuff. Very good. Well worth the money. No, I'm not going to drink this tonight because after this, I'm probably going to be done. But this puppy's like 12.9%.
Oh, check this out. You got to check this out. Zach says that he has a crowler of bum barrel aged.
Bum barrel.
Yeah, bum barrel. It looks like 1050 coming from the brewery in North Carolina.
Ooh, okay. Yep. This was, yeah. I'm almost ashamed to say how much I paid for this. It was $11.
Wow, for the one can, really?
Yeah, and I bought two.
Yeah, see, that's
one for now, one for later.
Yeah, that's one of those. And that's a high demand beer right now, man. I've seen people going out of their way for that beer. It's very high. So yeah, they can. It kind of sucks because that's what's happening. Is that one piece? I wish they would have left that up there. But that was one thing that they did say was, these different variants of hops are more expensive. They cost a premium, and so. When they do put those in the beers, and all these different things that they're doing to beers cost more money. You get these specific barrels. Those barrels cost a fortune. We know that from our friend Zach, and everything costs money. They can't do it for free.
Unfortunately, yeah.
But let me ask you guys something. Do you think that a lot of these prices are driven up by the hype generated by the breweries themselves? I call it the Beanie Baby factor. Remember what went on with the Beanie Babies in the 90s, where the guy that made the Beanie Babies also made the price guide that told you how much the Beanie Babies were worth.
Yeah.
It's kind of a conflict of interest.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of the breweries now, if you have the right ability to get your name and news out there, you can let people know we have this rare beer that everybody's looking for. And then you can jack the prices up however much you want to. It's like you're a one-man paper or money printing factory.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. I think it is partially true. I mean, especially on these. I mean, this is definitely a Beer Geek beer. This is a 19-ounce can. It's almost a 20-ounce can, so it's almost a bomber. It's pretty close to a bomber. But I mean, it is a specialty beer, and there's not a lot of them. But only a Beer Geek's going to buy this.
Right.
Yeah, and that.
But
that's.
Do you Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, that's where the hype on this particular beer comes from, is because everyone and their mama knows it's already an expensive beer. So just getting a 4-pack of that will set you back, what, $15 or so?
Yeah, a regular 1050, yeah, it's like $15. Yeah.
So you know that a single can of a very specialized batch of that beer is going to be even more. You could just expect that,
Yeah. And this, this is, for me, this would be, if I drank this would be pretty much the only beer I'd drink all night, probably. It's like a bottle of wine almost, really. So I guess from that standpoint, people pay a hell of a lot more than $11 for a bottle of wine. So
did the ABV go up on that one? Is it the same?
This is 12.9. I think regular 1050 is around 11% or something like that. I think this is a little more than normal.
God, I'm so interested to know what that rum barrel aged version would taste like, man. I'm telling you, that has got to be right up my rum barrel aged beers have got to be. Yeah, that's got to be its own little segment. You know what I'm saying?
This one is bourbon barrel, but yeah, that's they always put goofy stuff on the back. It says rum ham. I'm sorry, whatever that is. Canned on 11/4, so this was a month and a half old. So.
Now Zach says that the 1050 is 10.5,
and this one's 12.9.
12.9. So it did well. Yeah, putting it in a bourbon barrel did raise the ABV a little bit. So that's what I was kind of curious about.
It's around, it condenses a little bit, I'm sure.
So if you remember, Zach's the one that has the rum barrel aged version from the brewery in a growler, bastard. Sharon is Karen, man.
Yeah, really.
You Bogarting all the beer, man. You're supposed to drink, pass. Yeah, that's yeah. And Adam says that it's $16 plus taxes for 4 cans. So where he's at, so the 10-pack of the 10-pack. Good God, the 4-pack of 1050.
Yeah, and I paid $11 a can, and I got 2. Those signs said 1 can per person, but I asked the manager, "Can I buy 2?" And he's like, "Okay." So he let me buy 2.
Now it helps that I do know at least one quit. So I know one person at the Total Wine that I go to. If I ran into a situation like that, I might be able to slide on some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or I would just find a manager and just be like, "Dude, what's up, bro? Come on, man." You know what I'm saying? I love the deal.
Said, only 1 per person. He's like, "Yeah, well, we just got it in. Go ahead and take 2." He says, "We got some more in the back." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm buying 2."
Wow, look at that. Adam lives in north central Iowa.
Wow.
I don't know. Have we had anybody in here from Iowa?
I don't think so.
From the heartland.
What's sad about that? That's kind of corny that we haven't had anybody from Iowa.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh.
You got East Coast and West Coast and down south, but I don't think anything
no
in the heartland.
No.
Is he the Seahawks fan? We got to boot you, Adam. Sorry.
That's Adam.
You're in the wrong house, my friend. Hey, it's okay though this year because the whole division sucks. I think up till this previous week, someone in the division had to win because we played each other. So it was like someone was going to win because the previous 2 weeks, because this week that just passed was week 15. So 14, I believe week 14, and I believe week 13. Our whole division lost 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
No one in our division won a game 2 weeks in a row. So that just speaks for the division right there this year. Yeah, it's but Iowa actually produced a damn good running back because another very good running back in our division is from Iowa, and he talks about it a lot. And that's the running back for the Cardinals. That's let's see. that the running back from the Cardinals is from Iowa. I'm forgetting his name for right now, but he's damn good. I wish we had him, but he's damn good. But when he mentioned Iowa, that was the first thing came to mind. I don't know of any breweries in Iowa. I don't think I've had any. Would it be Iowan beer? Would that be? Is that the proper terminology? Iowan.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we made it up here. Yeah. That's a Share Beer original right there. Yeah. Johnson, David Johnson. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. That's who he is. Yeah.
The Steelers have one of those.
Yeah. And Pennsylvania also has many beers that I know I've had from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of Iowa breweries. I'm kind of interested in that right now at the moment.
Now I meant the Steelers have David Johnson.
Yeah, I remember that. I know a few players from the Steelers. Yeah, I know a few players from the Steelers. I wanted to share this one real quick because this was another point that I was remembering from the. So I'm going to share this piece really quick. Third Term Brewing to open new brewery in farm in Oldham Country. Now this is kind of, and this is in Kentucky. Now this is kind of no big deal, just that in and of itself, right? And okay, another brewery open. Well, getting to the point that I was making in last Friday's Share a Beer, and there's not going to be a Friday Share a Beer this Friday. Okay, so just in case someone's here and they wanted to tune in this Friday, there's probably not going to be much happening this whole weekend. After this, But what I was saying was there was a lot of counties in this country that are opening up and they're becoming what you would call quote unquote wet now. You know what I'm saying? That used to be dry. And so there's a lot of towns and counties that don't have beer. This is a perfect example. They're opening another brewery. The owners of Third Turn, they're opening another brewery in this town, and it doesn't have a brewery. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of an example of that. I'm like, as much as it seems like 5,000 breweries or over 5,000 breweries in this country is a lot, and maybe we're peaking, I'm like, believe it or not, we're not, because there's a lot of places that don't have craft beer. And those people that want the craft beer are traveling to other towns, counties that have beer. And it reminds me of when I was in Germany. There's no other place that loves beer more than Germany. Okay. America's quickly taken over that. I think our love of beer in America is kind of surpassed Germany now. But when I was living in Germany, not every single little podunk town had its own brewery, but so many of them did, and they were all up for years and years and years and years, right? Very old breweries, and I feel like there's still a lot of room for craft beer to grow. Some of these small towns might only have one brewery. Well, that's the same thing that happens overseas as well in some of these other European towns, So that's my little 2 cents on that.
Oh, I think there's still a lot of room for growth. There may not be room for growth as far as the IPA crowd goes. My personal opinion, because in relation to what Heath was talking about a couple of days ago, and he was saying, how many more ways can you describe hops and IPAs and stuff? And I agree with them. But beer is so much more than IPAs. And I like IPAs, and we've talked about this a lot of times. It's not my favorite style, but I do like them. But there's so much more to beer than IPAs. And as beer grows and expands and branches out, hopefully the IPA crowd will hang on and learn to appreciate other styles as the IPA thing peaks and plateaus.
Now, let's see, he's mentioning Back Pocket in Iowa City. I want to at least check out one of these because I have not had or even heard of any beer from, and it is not to say, you know what, and I would imagine you're in the middle of everything. Like it's, you're in the heart. That's farm country out there, man. Good God, if there's anybody that should be able to make some good beer, I would think Iowa would, wouldn't you? And I know I've had good steak in Iowa. I can tell you right now, I've had some damn good steak in Iowa. That's for sure. I remember driving through Iowa a bunch, and having some good steak up there. There's a lot of beef up in that country, a lot of pork too. But yes, I know I've had some good food. I've had good food everywhere I can. There's not, you know what I'm saying? Like there's pretty much good food everywhere. I don't think of a place that doesn't have necessarily good food, right? You're like,
every place has good food. It's just different kinds of food that's good depending on where you go. Yeah. Each part of the country is known for certain things and that type of stuff.
Speedos in Cedar Falls. Wow, Now, I used to go to Cedar Falls a lot because I worked for a company, then they did a lot of business in Cedar Falls. So, see. Speedos, huh? Well, I'm not gonna look up Speedos because I got a feeling I'm gonna get
images that aren't necessarily beer related.
Yeah. I want to look up this toppling Goliath right here. I'm gonna look that up. That sounds like
safer search.
That sounds like something I want to check out here. This is interesting to me. Okay, so we are. What is that? Decorah, Iowa, something like that. We're gonna give Toppling Goliath. Oh my God, they have an age check. Okay, at least it's just you click that.
It's just a yes or no.
Yeah, it's just a yes or no. We could deal with yes or no. So yeah, this is cool. So you scroll down. There's the hours, events,
club, tap room.
Yeah, you got the tap room, brewery office, employment opportunities, and that's another thing. All these breweries brewing all this beer, creating jobs, and they're creating local jobs, and all these local breweries are getting products from their local areas. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's what's really growing. If you want to speak to something that's really growing, it's the grow local, buy local. That whole thing in all our different local areas is growing. There's no slowdown for that. Buying local crops, buying local vegetables, buying local, in my case, milk. I did find a farm that sells their vegetables and fruits locally here, so I'm getting less and less out of the supermarket, in other words, and so that's a good thing to me, and that's one of the main things that's not slowing down, and I love the labeling on these beers. Look at that is cool.
Yeah,
you got the Golden Nugget Pale Ale. I like their website, man. It's pretty clean. Rover Truck Oatmeal Stout. Sounds like something I drink. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Lightspeed. Tsunami. American Pale Ale.
So who do you think the Goliath in their name? Who do you think the Goliath is they're referring to? I think I know.
Toppling Goliath. Would that be Samson?
I was thinking more in beer terms.
Mm. Oh, in Bev. Toppling Goliath. They're going to take over the world of beer.
Yeah. Well, they're right there by them, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you actually, you know what? Iowa is like one of the largest producers of some of their crops that they're using, isn't it?
Yeah. There you go. Smooth Operator, their brown ale, Joe.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like the creativeness in the labeling, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So they. Yeah. 1490. Ooh, I gotta sneeze. 1492 Indian Pale Ale. And nothing's really too. Ooh, yeah. Just as soon as I was about to mention nothing too crazy, here's their double IPA.
100 IBUs, yeah.
100 plus IBUs. Found on tap in bottles, limited availability. King Sue, huh? Well, you gotta try. That's what I hate. I'm, as tired as I say I may be, if I see this, I'm like, okay, give it to me, would you? You know what I'm saying? Let's try this. Let's see what you got, baby. Let's see what you got. You know?
Yep.
How do you say that? Pompeii? Is that?
Yeah, Pompeii.
So this is their 60 IBU one. So this is kind of their normal, everyday, or more normal, right? Kind of. And here's a
double India. Gosh.
Wow.
You could brew some. Okay. IPA. what was that you were saying, Bum, about all these breweries got to get away from all these IPAs?
Forget it.
They had like the obligatory stout and oatmeal, and now it's all pale ale and IPAs.
Yeah, they got that part all out of the way, and now it's all IPAs and pale ales.
Double IPA, yeah.
Here, I'll revise what I was saying before. IPAs aren't going anywhere. What we could talk about with the future of beer is the artwork and the labels and the names and the advertising. IPAs.
Wow. Look at all these high IBU beers, man. Wow.
Well, I think what's going to happen is, they're going to get to bring in more people that aren't beer geeks. They're going to have to start producing more brown ales. Some of the like box, Doppelbox, that type of stuff. I mean,
Morning Delight, a huge imperial stout with explosive espresso aroma, followed by strong notes of maple syrup and vanilla.
There you go. 12%.
Right up my alley.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like the see now inside the coffee cup on the label says stout beer. What is that?
Coffee? With coffee?
Yeah, with coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they got some stuff. Yeah, look at this Kentucky Brunch brand stout. Yeah, they're doing a good job. That's for sure. They're representing good. I don't want to spend too much more time on it, but man, thanks for sharing that one with me. I'm all moist.
Hands above the table.
Hands above the table on that one. Yeah, that's. Hey, thanks, Adam, for sharing that one, man. Yeah, that's
yeah, it was cool.
That was cool, man. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so thanks to Adam and Zach, and looks like we had Matt Penner 420 in here.
Yeah.
Lot of activity in the chat this week. So thank you guys for showing up. No Friday share beer once again, man. Enjoy your Christmas and your Hanukkah holiday here, and and let's see. Can't forget the 23rd is Festivus. So
that's right. Festivus is Friday, huh?
Festivus. I tell you, you guys hear me talk a ton about Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. Huge Seinfeld fan. Okay. What other show has its own freaking holiday, for Christ's sake?
Yeah, really?
Which one? Come on.
Now,
everybody.
The official drink for Festivus.
Oh, dude, you know what? Okay, real quick. I think there's got to be a Festivus.
There is Full Pint Brewery, only a couple miles from me, brews a Festivus Christmas ale.
Is there like a shiny stainless steel pole? Is that the?
I'm not sure. It's one of the few full pints that I haven't tried yet, and I don't have a bottle or a label to show you. Amazingly, I don't have one to show you. But they do brew a Festivus every year.
Yeah, December 23rd, 2016. There is damn sure a Wikipedia page on
It's on Wikipedia. Then it's official.
It's official. And here's the poll. So
yeah.
There's the Festivus poll, and you know what? I almost wish and it's not too late. I might have to get a Festivus poll this year. I might have to start actually going all out.
Just got to get like a stainless steel pole and mount it, and that's it.
Yeah. That's. I want to find more of a like someone's got to have a Festivus website, right? Or it's just everything Festivus, like your official Festivus.
Happy Festivus, a Festivus for the rest of us.
You know what? That's not even one of my favorite Seinfeld shows episodes, but it's damn sure popular, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it. I mean, what other? There's people that know of Festivus and get into Festivus and don't even know the show.
Yeah, don't
know
even
what I'm saying. There's got to be a Festivus beer, right? Mm-hmm. So let's see.
Yeah, from Full Pint.
Yeah, Full Pint.
I'll probably come up.
So you've got Festivus 37 reviews and 6%. It's a winter warmer, of course, right? That would make all the sense in the world. Here's a normal Northern Brewer has a Festivus Miracle Holiday Ale Kit.
Your own Festivus ale.
So you can brew your own Festivus ale, which is pretty cool. And let's see here. So what else we got? And real quick, we've got Festivus Holiday Ale Black Raven Brewing. I've never heard of Black Raven Brewing. We are about to find out. I don't even know where they're at. Home.
Please enter your birthday.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't get that, right? At least,
no.
Washington, Redmond, Washington.
Okay. That's out of Seattle, then.
Yeah. Festivus Holiday Ale, and it's an award winner. 7.1% ABV, 48 IBUs. Look at that. It looks like a damn good beer. Look at that. I've drank that all day. Are you kidding me?
Probably winter warmer. Yeah.
Available in 22-ounce bottles. Man, yeah, that I would definitely. I like that glass too.
Is the 23rd? I forgot about that.
So it was the 2011 Washington Winter Beer Festival People's Choice Saturday. Wow, that's a hell of a festival.
But it won on Saturday. That's all that mattered.
Yeah. So it won on Saturday, first place on Saturday. Sunday, not so much. Saturday, it was the winner all day.
So that means did it win on Festivus? And what year was that? 2011? Well, I wonder what day December 23rd was in 2011. I wonder if it won on Festivus. That's the question.
That's
I'm thinking because that was 5 years ago, and we've had a leap year. Yeah. That would be 6, and it's I bet it was. Yeah, I bet they won on Festivus 2011.
There's a Festivus dinner.
Okay.
The airing of grievances. Okay, so you have the Festivus poll. Here's the practices: the poll, the dinner, grievances, feats of strength, and the Festivus miracles.
Festivus miracles.
And that it makes the holiday, my friend. That is
airing of grievances.
That is, I love that part of the show, right? Because he takes his boss to his parents' house, right, to prove all this stuff. It starts because he's trying to prove that he had his own charity.
Yeah.
So he could keep the check that his boss was writing. What was it, for $10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! I swear to God. And I tell people this all the time, but some people that I have met over the years that like Seinfeld, and I'm like, George was the whole show. George, his character was the whole show. He kind of, to me, a lot of between George and Kramer, they were the whole show. Like that was they had all the jokes. They were the ones that were. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were usually the ones that got on all the goofy things happen to him, and
right.
You would have to bail him out, or he would get drug into it, but he wasn't the one that initiated it a lot of the time.
Yeah. So, in any case, we are going to get out of here now. Sorry, guys, for going long here, but that's what I told her.
No problem.
But, yeah. So thank you, man, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Enjoy all your holidays. And we'll be here next Tuesday, that's for sure. So we'll see you next Tuesday. And I think I'm off. So, yeah.
All right.
Next Tuesday, share a beer. We'll be sharing a beer for all of us.
I'll drink this on Tuesday. I'll drink this next Tuesday then.
Yeah, maybe I can. In my fridge. Maybe I can find one. That'll be awesome. Yeah, because this is the time of year where I have to burn all the rest of my days off. So
okay.
I just confirmed today with my payroll guy that I have 3 days I got to burn. Yay!
All right. Oh, that sucks. Damn.
I know. Damn. I don't work. Okay, from last week was my last full week until the first full week in February. I do not work a full week that long.
Just a transition period. Yeah.
So I have to burn a lot of time off. So this is that time of year for me. Okay, guys. Thank you, man.
Merry Christmas. Take care. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas.
See you next week.
All right, man.
All right.